All right, today we're going to be building this cap bank here. As you can see, we have different size capacitors right here, and we have switches, and then we have a connection. Now, try to think of this as one running line. So the line runs in, through everything, and then back out. All you're doing is turning on each capacitor as you want to use it in that line. With that said, let's take a look at this one right here. This will give you a better illustration of the line. We can see all the caps connect here. They go in and they connect with all the caps right here. We'll just build this thing out, shall we? To start with, the main part you're going to need to do this board here. And it's this right here. And basically what this is, just so you know, on the bottom right we have all the capacitors and values all written out. And then we have here everything how I do it, as far as if I say from the bottom right, it means start at the bottom right corner, move up and to the side, or to the side and then up, just as it tells you in the directions. And to tell you what kind of board we're using, tell you the directions for all the caps, then we switches. Here are the switches right here. I'll try to take a better picture of this, leave it on there if this doesn't look like it comes out. But we'll go ahead and go on to the next step. We're also going to need, just so you know, this is 20 gauge wire that has shielding on it. And usually we'll get this at the Home Depot. This is for your doorbell, so it'll be in the wiring aisle. You're obviously going to need your solder, your caps, your board. This right here is the board we're going to use, and we got to cut this one down. And then we have all of our caps here. Now, I got these caps from Mauser. As you can see, now this one will say 10 on it. But that's the actual number on it, and it's just an abbreviation of what's going on. This one will be 22. Then this one here would be the 47. All right, so let's put these to the side. And let's just look at our board here. Now, there's two numbers on here, 45 and 29. 45 is the width that it already comes out with. 29 is what I'm going to cut it to. So when we look at it like this, the small end right here is our 45. I'm going to count up 29 and then I'm going to cut it. I made my little mark there. I'm just going to double check my work based on what I did before. And I was off by 1. Always good to double check it. Now, when you cut these are pretty simple. Find your line. I just like to use a metal ruler here. You're going to line it up right in the middle of the hole. You're going to take a razor blade. Now, you can use one that has a casing on it, probably be better for your health. And you're just going to score this thing. Yeah, do it 3 or 4 times. Yeah, maybe 5 or 6 if you want. Got a nice score line there. And give it a little pressure and it breaks. There you go. Now we got what we want. We are now ready to start. Now, one thing is this other side, it'll be one longer. So you're going to have to take like a Dremel or something to cut it off, or score it deeper and do both sides and pull it off. Either way, we got the side that we wanted for now. All right, we have our plate size. So this is 45. This is 29. I got those numbers based on the numbers of holes. And on the 29 side, the 29th one you cut. Pretty easy. Let's go over here. I already started this, but I'm going to start over for you so you understand what I'm doing. This is the cap. I'm using my cheat sheet. We're going 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1 right here. We're going to go 5 more over and then down 1. So you can either go 10 and go down 1 or just add 5 and get to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. The next one's 5 over again. 5 over again. 5 over again. The 5 over and 5 over. That's pretty easy. This one right here is switches. So this says from the bottom left and up. So what does that mean? We go 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom, we make our dot. Then from this one, it's going to be 5 over again and 5 over. Now I wrote them as total numbers. So it'd be 5, 10, 15. This one would be 5, 10, 15, 20. So that everybody can do it. You do your numbers the way you like to do them. Not a problem here. The next one, it says switches. And it says from the top right and then down. So here's our top right. And then we're going to go 11. So it's just going to line up right there with this one here. I can tell you that. And it's 11 and 12. So let's go 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I'm getting old. These holes are getting smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should line up right there, and it does. Perfect. Then we're going to go 5 over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be 16. We're going to go 5 over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that one in there. And then 5 over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these are switches. These are switches, so they'll get drilled out. These are just where your caps go. They won't get drilled out. Does it matter if the ink's there? Nope, not at all. Let's do the last one here. And there's caps and switches on this. Always fun, huh? All right, we go 14 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do it again, man. I'm getting old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Get to 14, we go 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next one is, we're going to go 9 over. Oh, excuse me, 14 and 9, so it would be 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are capacitors that are going in right here. And then we have 13 over, which would be 4 more over. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did a little switch here, and there's a reason. We went from a 22 to a 10, and the 10s are thinner. Okay, and then we have 17, so 4 more again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to 21, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and let's see, we go to 24 and 28, so 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that's right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's it. Sorry, miscounted. Those are our holes for that. Now we go down, we got to put switches in. Our switches in are 4 up, 4 over. Sorry, move my hand here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this part sucks, but you have to do it. And then 4 up, 9 over, that's 5 difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, we're lining right up with these holes right here. So we're good. And then we have 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, normally when I build this, guys, the only one that I actually put on here for the dots is these ones here that I'm going to cut out, so it makes it easier. So it's this line right here and this line right here gets cut out. The caps, I'm doing them, and this line, where is it? Down here gets cut out. I'm doing this so you can see where things go, so you have the benefit of it. Can you just use a pencil or something? Yeah. Can you just, mark out the ones you want to cut out? Yes. Do you need to put all the caps on there? No. That's up to you. We get our drill. And I like to cut these things out. Hold on, I got one more. Always forget this one. We have this little piece here that's got to get cut out for. So we'll do that. And that's 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right there. And then the other one's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those two right there, they'll be on the, be able to cut both of those, okay? And that's for this little guy here. All right, I like to cut this one first with a small drill bit. That way, it's real easy going for us. So you can put this under a board, however you like to do drill bit. Straighten that back out. Those are those two. These are all caps right here. These are our switches. And the switches are bigger than this. Again, I like to do this one first. I don't like things breaking out on me. Those are switches. These are switches down here. And these are switches right down here. Okay. You should end up with something that looks like this. Now let's go to the bigger size drill bit. This is something you don't have to do. I do it all the time. These two will stay the same size right here. That's not a problem. Again, it goes to this right here, which is probably a little oversized for this, but it's going to be all right for what I'm doing. And then you see it goes in there just like that. It's pretty good. Go ahead and draw out the rest of them real quick. sure you watch your finger on these. Like I said, you can put a board behind it. However you like to drill your stuff. You do you. And we got the ones on the bottom here. Alright, rub our fingers over it, just like that. That's what we should have now. See how we did. Pretty good. Does it matter which way these switches go in? Is there a certain way that goes on? Is there a certain way that goes off? The answer is no. So put them in. The only alignment that you have to do on these, some of these things don't like the thread shiny side up, I guess, is when you get to the back of them and you get to tighten them, you want them as straight as possible. So let's do this. Let's just clear this workbench off a little bit. I'm going to have to vacuum here as soon as I'm done. It's all right. We're just going to go ahead and put this in here. All that cheat sheet for this little bunch of stuff right here, right? Yeah, well, this is... And I'm sorry about the camera angles, guys. I don't have a better way to do this yet. We'll just get our parts over here. Again, the side with this little tattoo looking thing, or whatever you want to call it, has to be on the bottom. Take the shiny side and make sure it's to the top so they thread right. Get it in there real quick. Now keep grabbing one that already has a nut on it. I'll have to fix that. Hopefully everybody can see everything. Yeah, we should be good right there. And I just put my finger under the bottom. Get it to hold. I say shiny side, but there's a side that's flatter than the other. When you do this, you'll see it when you get these things. Now there's those so far. Now you're going to ask the question, when you get these packs right here, this is what you're going to get. Do I need to use all the parts? Well, the answer is no. They have a bunch of these washers in here like this for you. Guys, you're welcome to do whatever you like. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. Is it ultimately necessary for the project? No. So here we go. We got a few more to do here. Yep, wrong side. Alright, you may ask how long does this project take? Look, you're going to be spending several hours here. If it's your first time ever doing this kind of work, get ready for a 3-hour. If you've done this before, maybe not so much, but it is time consuming. Another question, do you have to lay it out the way I do? No, absolutely not. Lay it out however you want. You don't want to cut the board, you want to add more capacitors later, you can always do that. I'm just showing you my design here. Matter of fact, some of the best boards is when you can add more. Again, you never want to put too many capacitors on there. There's only so much something you can take. But considering that's the original cat bank, have a great time. That right there is a day project at least for each one. All right, now take a look. They're all kind of scrambled. Take your fingers, just take a socket here, and all we're doing is snugging it down. Okay, let's take a look. Not too bad. We can straighten a little bit of that out as we work. I can live with that. Take all that, move it to the side. Now we're left with this. Now, as you put these capacitors in, there's a different width to each one versus the actual switch. You can see that right there, right? So you're trying to center everything up when you do it so it has a nice clean look. You get to the other one, this is the 22. We're looking fairly clean right there, not bad. When you get to the 10, it is like a little bit under. This is where marking it ahead of time comes in handy. You see our 3 switches here. We see that we line up with this one right here. We line up there. First one goes in that hole we decided was 5 over and it was 2 down. All we got to do is find the corresponding hole and set it up in there. Now you should have the same amount on this side. We should have a nice alignment here. And we're going to put the other caps in just in the same direction. And you're probably wondering, why don't you just clean that stuff off of there first, Nathan? Because I'm going to cut 90% of this thing off. So I wouldn't worry about that. Get them in there just like that. Check our alignment, make sure we're happy with it. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? We'll take it, we'll flip it over. I'll bend these. And I'm just bending them now so that I can flip and play with it, do what I want with it, and I'll have things falling out. Because you're going to want all your caps in here when you start soldering. So let's set this, let's set this down. And we're just going to go on to the next run. These are our 22s. We'll put that one in there. Oop, that's a 10. Sorry, you can tell by the thickness of it. That's a bent wire. Come on now. Make me unbend it. Yeah, we got those ones in there. Take a look. It's straight. Yep. I'm happy with that. Put my finger on it. Flip it. Now we can see right here. See this little dot right here? It's going to line up with that pin. So all I want to do is bend it in one direction. Probably better off to use some needle nose here. That's it there on that side. And on this side, it's going to run the full rail. So just put it a little bit out. Again, we're just getting a little bit of bend in here so that we can flip it over and not worry about them falling out. Now, as you can see, we just have this cap run right here. And let's see, these are 10s and there's 122. Put that in there. See how much more convenient it is to just put it in ahead of time and know where they go. We're going to take our finger and turn it over, and we're just going to do a little bending. Now we're on this line right here and this line right here. So these will get bent this way. And these right here, we know the line's coming in right here. This may seem tedious to do it like this, but I can tell you right now, once you flip it over once and everything falls out, you're going to wish you did this. Now everything's in there. Here comes the funnest part in the world, guys. And I'm sorry if you can't see everything when I do this. We'll take a look now. This is what it's going to look like. All of these little guys right here suck. I'll just tell you that. But you can see the design coming out. All the centers are together. All the centers. And they all go to one side of the little post. And that goes to that guy there. And then all the little sides right here just go to the cap. So your cap is from here to here. All of one side goes together. And you can see it goes up here, hits the post, goes to this part right here. It's all in the same line, right? These were switches right here. And our caps are down here. So you could say, well, isn't it easier just to put it all in one line? Oh, you bet it is. So if you want to use the whole big board and do that, go right ahead. You're going to save yourself a lot of anger and time. But we're going to make it look like this. Because for whatever reason, that's why I chose it. No, I'm just messing with you. I chose it because it works good with my ZVS and it's the right size. All right, I'll do my best, guys, on this to show you this. But, you know, this process is just going to suck because I have to be at awkward angles to do this. So I'm going to zoom out much as I can. Still be in the part where you can see it. Okay, we're just going to take our wire here. You choose the color, whether you like, you know, whatever. Dealer's choice here. You can go 2 colors like I did. Here's how we measure it out. We're going to take it from here to here. We need to go down. We need to go over. And now we go to here. We know this turns. Turns again. Turns a little more. It turns back. And it goes straight until it gets to the post. So you're going to end up with something like that. That's about the design of it. I need from here to here to be covered. The rest of this doesn't matter. There we go, perfect. Run this thing on the outside here of all this. Perfect. Make sure everything's in alignment here. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. Okay. Can we still see it? I'm not. Go right there. There we go. Those are all on there. Take our bend. Alright. This one sucks sometimes. So what I do is I bend this little wire over to the side so that it holds it for me. There we go. But ultimately I need to be on the other side. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right. Let's take this. And over here. Those down and out of our way. Up. Take a look. That's where we wanted to be. Okay. See how that looks. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now again, we want to be on the outside. Why? It has to do with all these caps come up and go to this. So we don't want solder in the way of it. So we always want to solder away from that. So go to the other side of it. Now we hook that one in there. Get that one right where we want it. Okay, that one's good. Like that one there. You see me setting it on there for a second? It's because the post is a different size metal than the copper itself. Again, 20 gauge copper. So you have to make sure the post is hot enough to receive the solder itself. And our last one back over. I don't like that dirty solder job. You're dealing with some high voltages here. You don't want anything that looks like that. We're going to smooth that out. Perfect. Now what we should have is this. That looks pretty good. This is our little piece here. This goes in right here. Now this one will go right here. What I'll do is I like to bend it around this thing right here and then solder it up. Sometimes things don't like to stay in there because of the height difference. So get yourself something to put it under it while you solder it, because you need it all the way through. Cut off my excess right here. Rid of that. There we go. Just like that. Held in there right where we want it. Able to move just a little bit. Now we got to go and put this line in. Goes here, goes to this thing, goes right back through here. Do this again, here to here, here. Right there. Cut that. Ship that back. Yeah, I don't want it. Right here. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too painful. We'll take a look at it. It's going to go all along down here. Perfect size. Okay. So let's clean this thing up. Now, remember these things are in there. They're still loose. So make sure that you flatten it out when you do this. First one's always the funnest. I take this, make sure it's flat. Make sure it's flat. Cut that off. Yeah, I probably want to get my other. There we go, I like that better. Alright, we'll line this sucker up. I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. There we go, those are done. Now we're going to move on to the next part, the next little one. Same process. Now here's the thing. These things tend to suck. Find something you got, prop it under there, because you need the height to be right. So these are in there, they're nice and tight. Now, we're looking good. We got to get to this, so I was adjusting that because I want the shielding to be right where this is. Okay, again, that's this piece right here. Alright, sorry it takes a minute to tinker with this stuff. Now we're going to put it in line and get this one done right here. Sometimes, man, you just get a stubborn one who wants to play with it. Well, we'll see. Perfect. At this point, we have all the good stuff, the easy stuff done. Now it's time to do the pain in the butt stuff. Alright? Got to cut all these wires at 12 inches after the loop. And then we'll start soldering. So it'll take me a minute to get a bunch of these done. Alright, those are all hooked in. Now we got to hook in these 3. Then we got these 4 to go. It looks pretty clean. So we go over it again. All these connect. Goes right here to power. Connects here, goes all the way down there. All one side of the cap gets connected all together. Looks clean. Do that just a bit. Now we look at it from the other angle. The other side of the cap gets a switch. Every single one of the caps got switches. Switch, 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 cap, cap, cap. Does these ones. All the switches get one right to the side of a cap. That goes on this one. Now all it is to do is write it up and we're done. Okay, final touches right now is we just got to take our time and put the numbers on it. And there we go, we got a beautiful looking cap bank. All switches and everything work. Done everything stuck. We're good to go, it's time to test it.
The old man built. The old man built. The old man built. The old man built. The old man builds is broken in the head. People not seeing reality has put them in the red. Where conscious and spirituality been stricken from the norm and replaced with the ignorance of basic magnetic form. The geometry of God keeps running through his head. That's what makes old man builds broken in the head. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to instead. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds.